trust everyone is doing well this morning. Matthew chapter 6. Matthew chapter 6, we will, Lord willing, get finished with this study on the Lord's model prayer, or as it's most well known, just simply as the Lord's Prayer. Very familiar to anybody that's been in church of any kind, any church that has Christian as its desire, as opposed to Islam or Hinduism or Buddhism. The vast majority of Christians understand what is meant by the Lord's Prayer. It's not technically a prayer that Jesus would have prayed. We see that just simply when it says, "And forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors." He didn't need forgiveness. So this is not a prayer that Jesus would have prayed. This is a prayer that He taught us that we need to pray. The recorded Lord's Prayer is John 17, and what's referred to as the Lord's high priestly prayer. And that's a whole different matter, different study. But very important truths for us in this text, in the greater portion of these chapters 5, 6, and 7, called the Sermon on the Mount. And if this is all that Jesus said in that sermon, it wouldn't have taken long to preach. My guess is there was more to it than what was recorded. And part of that is because some of it's given later in different forms. It's a message that He was known to preach, something He was known for teaching. Every teacher, every pastor, every scholar, biblical scholar, theologian is known for uniqueness, known for things they are prone to say. I am known to and prone to say quite a few things that get repeated, and necessarily so. Jesus repeated Himself. I know the older that we get as preachers, the more likely that's going to be to happen, especially if you've been in the same church for very long. It's hard not to be known for things that are repetitious. And I don't mean vainly repeating things. I mean things that matter. I'm prone to quote my dad because he was prone to say the same things over and over and over. So they got embedded in our mind, and I'm glad they are. He was criticized for it. Well, you've already said that. And it didn't matter to him whether he'd already said that. It didn't make any difference at all. And I'm glad that he was known for doing that. Jesus was known for doing that. The Apostle Paul was known for doing that. There are several things in his letters that he repeated, almost verbatim. There are things repeated in the